Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe down below and click the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you tips or tricks, hacks on how to, for clear slime basically, how to get it to clear up faster, get the your money's worth of glue, how to make it thicker, just a whole bunch of random stuff that should help your clear slimes. So let's just go ahead and get on into the video. So the first hack is when you go to the store to buy your glue, how to find the clearest glue. So pretty much if you want crystal clear glue, like if your slime is going to be a straight up just clear slime, you're going to want either these little bottles, obviously depends if you're selling or like how much you want. So the 5-ounce bottle or the quart size, this is basically empty, but you can see at the bottom there's a little bit of glue and it's crystal clear. So if you want a crystal clear, clear slime, definitely recommend the Elmer's Clear Glue Quart or just the small bottles. But if you're going to add pigment or food dye to it and you're like selling it or whatever, the gallon works well too, but they are yellow tinted. So again, just if you want it, if you're adding pigment or color to it, then you won't be able to see the yellow anymore. The second hack is when you're buying gallons of clear glue, or this is for any glue, gallons in general, but always go to the store to buy them if you can, because online you don't get a, pick your gallon by choice, so some are more yellow than others. This isn't that yellow compared to most of them, but a lot of them in stores can be filled from here or to there, so that when you go to the store you can find the ones that are filled all the way up to the top, because there are a lot that are filled to there. And gallons are pretty expensive, so if you want to get your money's more worth it, then try to go to the store and find one where it's filled to the top. Next hack is when you're about to make a bunch of slime, whether it's in a mixer or handmade or whatever, if you're coloring it or adding pigment to it, add the pigment or color before you add activator. Mix it all together before you add activator, so there's less air bubbles in it, so you can see the true color of pigment or dye you're going to be getting. Because if you add activator, and then once it's fully activated, add the pigment to it, it's going to look completely different than it will when it's clear. So if you want to see what it's going to look like once it clears up, then you need to add it first. Hack number 4 is you can add foaming hand soap. I just get like the Method clear blue one. So you can add foaming hand soap to your slime. So that's about how much I put in. You can put in more or less, but it'll the slime will create more bubbles and it'll still clear up completely. I've done this multiple times. The slime still clears up with foaming hand wash. If you want your clear slime to clear up quicker, is to mix it slowly when you're adding activator. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm just going to wait longer for it to clear up, especially because I'm using the mixer. But if you're doing it handmade, if you mix it slowly and try to keep the mixing tool at the bottom of the bowl, it's going to create less air bubbles, which will help it clear up faster. The next hack is you can also add a scent to clear slimes and it can still clear up. But you can't just use any scent. I haven't used these, but I've seen these been used and I know they work. They are from Lazy Slimes, and I'll show her Instagram and stuff here. But basically I believe there's no oil in them, so it doesn't fog up the slime. So she sells them, so if you want to scent your clear slime and keep it clear, you can do that as well. Another option, if you just have normal scents laying around, if you're adding food dye or pigment, if you find scents that, for say this one I have, the scent is basically clear. And now some scent oils are like this color, but some are clear. So if you happen to have some that are clear, it's still going to be foggy a little bit, but if you add color or pigment, you won't even notice. And I've used that actual one in a colored clear slime before, and it wasn't foggy at all. Alright, so I'm now going to add activator in. I have 1 teaspoon in here to 1 cup of water. I've used a little bit of it, but you're just going to put that in there. Definitely use this strong of activator or even stronger because glue is starting to be watered down. But this next hack is to over-activate your slimes, and I'll explain that a little bit more in the next clip. Alrighty, so it's probably like 30 minutes later, and I just finished making the batch. Well, I'm not done yet, but this is probably where like most people would leave it at activated, where it's like somewhat holdable and super stretchy. But what I'm going to do from here is add enough activator to where I can barely stretch it. And then because you need to over-activate it, the bigger the batch is, the more you need to over-activate it, because the more time it's going to take up to clear, which means the more time it has to melt while it's clearing. But if I just left it like this and then left it to clear, it would be super sticky, and then I have to reactivate again and let it clear up again. So that is why you over-activate it. Okay, so I just finished activating it. It probably took me like 40 minutes to an hour to make this batch. It's pretty big though. So I'm just going to show you like how much I activated it, just to help you all a little bit. So it still stretches, but it can definitely rip very easily, and it's like super duper holdable. But it should definitely, I sure hope, but it should definitely still be activated when I get back in like a week and a half from vacation. But like it's pretty hard to stretch. So that's what you want. If your batch is smaller, don't activate it this much. But if you have a pretty big batch, that should be good for activation. The hack number 8 is what you're going to do is, so a lot of people have like circle containers, but if you want your clear slime to clear up fast, get a container that's like longer or has more surface area basically. So I use these ones because basically the air bubbles only have to rise like that much, whereas if it was in a container that was like shrunkier and taller, they'll have to rise all the way up, which takes a lot longer. So this one is what I've always done. It's super duper helpful and basically cuts the clearing up time in half. Next hack is a lot of people will put theirs outside in the sun to clear up. I have dogs, so I just don't leave it outside, but I put it in a windowsill. That also works really well. So just put it in a windowsill in a wide container in the sunlight, and that'll help clear up faster. So I just leave it in that windowsill, which is another reason you need to activate it more, because the sun's going to melt it because it's hot. The next hack is not always going to work, but if you're going on a trip somewhere for a while, is to I seriously just did this kind of for no reason, but I made a big batch, and I'm going on vacation for a week and a half, so by the time I get back, it'll be clear up, and I can film videos with it. So if you're going somewhere, and you're always too impatient to wait for a clear slime to clear, make it right before you leave out of town. The very last tip or hack I have for y'all is, once your clear slime's clear, how to help preserve its clarity. Because clear slimes will never stay fully clear. Like every time it'll clear up, just from playing with it, it's gonna get less clear. So some ways to help it stay clear longer are to make sure every time you touch it, play with it, wash your hands always, make sure your surface is clean, so there's no debris or hairs getting in there or anything like that. And if you have pets or dogs, make sure there's no dog hair around, and that should help the clarity last longer. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, that these helped you with your clear slimes, and please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload my next video. Bye!